My name is Mackenzie Marks. I'm a mixed animal veterinarian and I grew up in Arnest, Manitoba. I've been a veterinarian now for 9 years.
My name is Samira Stewart-Altman and I'm a veterinarian at Central Veterinary Services. Started here when I was a volunteer wanting to get into vet school. In my spare time, when I'm not working, I like to do a lot of rescue work in the north and in the south, and I also run a pet portrait business called Ink Naturally.
Well, my name is Heidi Bjornson. I grew up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I've been a vet for 3 years, but only joined Central about 4 months ago.
I graduated from the Western College of Veterinary Medicine in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and it was in 2011.
I went to school at the University of Winnipeg until 2008, and then I went to the Western College of Veterinary Medicine in Saskatoon, and I graduated in 2012.
I graduated from the WCVM, the Western College of Veterinary Medicine, in Saskatoon, and that was in 2016. But I do have my Bachelor of Science degree as well from the U of M.
The requirements for getting into vet school are very similar to a human doctor. So you have to do basically pre-med, which is pre-vet, at the University of Winnipeg or University of Manitoba. So it involves at least 2 years of university. I happened to do 3 before I applied, of mostly sciences with some other arts electives as well.
Currently, the WCVM accepts 15 students from Manitoba every year. Just a warning that may change in the future, but currently it is at 15 and hopefully will stay there.
I don't remember wanting to be anything else other than a veterinarian. You can pretty much track back through all of the pictures that I drew in kindergarten and grade 2 and 4, talking about how I was going to become a vet and how that story started to get even more and more diverse as far as what I was going to do in my life. So I started off young, just knowing that this is what I wanted to do, and luckily I was able to make that happen.
The average work week for me is a split between small animal surgery, which happens in the clinic, and then the other half of my week is large animal medicine and surgery, which is usually out of the clinic on the road, ambulatory service, and I work a 50-50 split between the two.
An average appointment runs anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes depending on how complicated the issue is. Sometimes it's just a quick checkup, other times we're running diagnostics and it may even take longer, especially if we're doing an ultrasound or some blood work, so it depends a little bit.
The best part about my job is the variety in the day, and also seeing how much clients care about their animals. We have some pets that are just the center of these people's lives, and they get such love and care, and makes us so happy to see. And getting to interact with animals large and small, and getting to see people's passion for animals just like ours is pretty special.
The best parts about my job are endless. I really enjoy making long-term relationships with not only my patients but my clients, and seeing them through puppyhood and kittenhood all the way into their senior years, and I really love knowing that I'm contributing to their quality of life.
The worst parts of my job are walking the fine line between finances that are involved in veterinary medicine and the type of medicine that we can practice. I really like to practice the best medicine I can and take every avenue possible, but the reality is finances don't always allow for that. So it's a difficult balance to have to figure out and get the best result for both the client and the animal.
The things I found most challenging getting into this career was, first of all, getting into vet medicine. you graduate and you feel so excited to finally focus on something you're more interested in, and then you get into university and you're back to the basic sciences. Unfortunately, though, it's tough. It is important to have that base, and it's all worth it in the end. Working hard for those few years as vet school is tough to get into, but it will pay off. And then in addition to that, once you get into veterinary medicine, it's still a learning curve because they can't teach you absolutely everything in those 4 years of school. Honestly, as much as you feel like you want to be done school, I figured one more year of the year 4 would have been nice because there's just endless amounts of things to learn. But in a supportive environment like Central Vet, you get lots of mentorship when you're first coming out, and school prepares you for how to deal with a case and figure it out, and even if you don't know the answer of what's going on right away. And then it's amazing how each month you feel more and more confident, and each time you see something, the second time you see it, you know just what it is. So that initial first couple months are a struggle because everything's new, but after that it's amazing kind of the instincts you get about certain ailments and kind of what to look for. And then the great part is there's so many other ways to specialize in vet medicine. There's endless jobs. It doesn't have to be in a clinic, but it can. You can start specializing in physical therapy, acupuncture, surgery, and so even if one area isn't for you, there's always opportunities down the road. So any struggle has an opportunity for something new.
The things I didn't expect, I think the proper way to answer that would be to say in vet college and prior to vet college, the focus is really on that you're going to be working with animals, and it's a very animal-driven career. However, when you get into your veterinary career, you really have to communicate with clients a lot. I was surprised at how much client communication is required and how important it is to getting the result that you desire. And then also just you have to see a lot of people, because the thing about working with animals is they're always attached to a client who's always a person. So your client relationships have to be strong as well as your animal relationships. My advice to students interested in becoming a veterinarian is to really put some effort into doing some volunteering, spending some time at clinics, and getting a real good sense for what veterinary medicine has to offer and what the career is like. It will be very helpful to spend time with a veterinarian and get a good sense of their day-to-day activities, what they deal with, and just even hear them talk about their career and get a good sense of what they feel about their career, and then know if it's a good fit for you. Just thinking that you're going to be working with puppies and kittens every day, and just because you love animals probably aren't great reasons to be a veterinarian. You should add to those and have some better criteria for you wanting to choose the career of a veterinarian.
If you're interested in becoming a veterinarian, I would suggest that you see as much as you can as soon as you can. Reach out to local rescues, the Humane Society, clinics, rural clinics, city clinics. Try to see everything that you can, because anything that you see will help you later in your career when you see it for the first time as a student or as a vet. And it just helps so much when you're getting into this vast field that's so interesting. You may think that you know what you want to do when you start, and that may change quite a bit as you go along.